Welcome back, guys. In this video we'll be talking about win conditions, so how to actually go from this position on the field to actually breaking into your opponent's base and actually winning the game, how we can do that. And through that you'll see how we can manage the economy in the late game with all of this stuff going on. And if you haven't watched the first part of this, we go through the first 16 minutes in real time, so the early game to the mid game, how we got to this position, and this one will again be for the more late game. So, how do we actually go from this position to breaking into the base? Well, there's a couple different ways to do it. Me, in the center right here, my most obvious choice is just experimental spam. Once we get our Tech 3 factory up and we make a couple Tech 3 engineers, first, we're going to want to have some Tech 3 power around, then we're going to want to tech up our mass extractors, and I actually see a couple here that can be upgraded to Tech 2, and then once we have our economy kind of under wraps, we'll start basically just spamming out experimentals, which in our case as the Aeon is the Galactic Colossus or the GC. That's probably the most straightforward win condition. You just march into the enemy base with a super powerful unit, but remember, they'll be making their own experimentals, so it might be a stalemate in the middle, but we'll have to see what they do. Right now, it looks like they kind of wasted a lot of mass on these Tech 2-point defense, but I guess it wasn't wasted because I was pressuring them a little bit earlier. But another win condition, if you're the air player, is you want to establish air dominance, air superiority. So generally, it doesn't look like the AI is that great at producing air, but if you are the air player, you exclusively want to produce ASFs and you just want to build out a massive grid. So you want like 15 to 20 air factories intermixed with like air factory, power generator, because they get adjacency bonuses with the Tech 3 power, and you're going to need the power anyway. So another win condition would be you'll probably have two giant balls of ASFs. Eventually, there's probably going to be an ASF fight or an air superiority fighter fight. And in which case, if one player emerges victorious from the ASF fight, then that kind of cues the winner, which suppose it's this guy. He can switch to either strategic bombers to go for snipes, or he can switch to Tech 3 gunships and just pick off all the mass on the outskirts. And there's really not that much the other team can do about it other than build static air defense. But remember, static defense like this doesn't move, so you can easily just go around any static defense. So that's another win condition. One is land spam, two is win the ASF fight, and then just either gunship down the eco or go for snipes with strategic bombers. Another win condition is nukes. So one of the first things you do after getting your Tech 3 power and stuff up and running is build a strategic missile defense. And same for Tech 2. At Tech 2, you build tactical missile defense just to prevent any TAC missiles that come in. At Tech 3, one of the first things you want to do is build strategic missile defense or nuke defense, because you know your opponent will be building nukes and you know you're going to need to defend those. You can also build game enders, but honestly, if you're learning the game, I really wouldn't recommend building game enders. I would recommend just putting all the eco into experimentals so you kind of get used to the flow of it, and it's fun to see experimentals stomp through the base anyway. So I think that is the strategy I'm going to go with. And then of course, if it's a Navy map too, if there's more water here, you could build Tech 3 Navy, which generally have fairly long range. If you have Navy on both sides of the map, it's going to be almost impossible to defend against that. Another win condition too that I don't want to forget about is T3 artillery or base-to-base artillery. Never build T2 artillery, it's just really too situational to ever be useful, but T3 artillery can shoot across the map, and if you get enough T3 artillery, you can start to whittle down the opponent's shields and their base. But again, for this one, I'm going to go land experimental spam, but if this was a multiplayer match, I'd probably expect maybe one of the side players to go into artillery just to put some constant pressure on the enemy team. So take a second to make sure that all sinks in, and then when you're ready, I guess we can just go ahead and resume now. And I am actually going to upgrade all of these. I'll pause and then tell all these engineers to assist like so. And again, I mentioned it in the last one, but unless you have idle engineers, you really don't want to be zoomed in on your base that much. I am actually going to pause these guys while these ones upgrade. And honestly, I think we can just upgrade these simultaneously. We have the mass for it. This Tech 1 army is really not going to do that much, so I might just Control K them. Might seem funny. I don't know if that's the best move here. I don't think we're getting that much pressure, but I think this mass will be better spent just being reclaimed and going into our economy, which can go into experimentals in a few minutes. And let me just see, I have a couple more. How am I missing all these Tech 1 mass extractors? I swear. Did I start these upgrading? Is it upgrading now? I think so. Gosh, man, yeah, sometimes, sometimes, I don't know, your mind just goes buggy. So our commander's back at the base. Let's upgrade him to Tech 3, and then hopefully this guy is going to finish soon, and our first couple engineers are just going to make a power grade, and then once that finishes, I'll probably upgrade this guy as well. Those Tech 2 tanks aren't going to do anything, so I'm just going to cancel them. Lots of idle engineers. Let's see if they can go reclaim maybe here, and then maybe this way. And I don't think we might slowly start getting pushed back, but I don't know, we have a lot of allied units here. They have nothing. I really didn't need to kill this army too much, I don't think, but oh well, it's done now. I don't think Tech 2 is not going to do anything, so I'm not going to bother upgrading this to Tech 2, but again, I'm just going to you know, a little trick here. There's a bonus range you get from the engineers, so instead of the normal range, it's like triple or quadrupled. But if you send them directly out here all this way, they're going to go past all the reclaim. So to get around that, you can first tell them to move really close and then tell them to go reclaim, in which case they won't have a bonus range, but they will scoop up anything along the way. So that should work fine. Not too much extra mass around. Let's just have these guys maybe just assist the commander, and I think we are upgraded, which is nice. Probably start this one upgrading. How much does that take? No, I guess I was trying to cancel it. It doesn't really want to cancel. That's fine, I guess. Are these ones upgraded? They are upgraded. You guys, can you upgrade this guy? And then let's go ring these ones as well for good measure. We'll probably want... Oh, this guy's Tech 3 as well. Fantastic. Okay, great. So let's start building our power grid maybe somewhere over here. If we wanted to go into air, this is a good place to build an air grid, but I really don't want to go into air, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. But there's one engineer. Where are these guys off to? We already have all of them. Okay, great. So two of them I'm going to just basically build some power, and then this guy, honestly, I mean, I might just have him assist as well. And now we can just start producing. I'll produce maybe harbingers out of this guy. And the harbingers will be a great interim until we can actually get the eco to build galactic colossuses. And while this guy's upgrading, probably build harbinger and maybe a sniper bot and maybe a scout too. I don't know, we should have upgraded radar at this point in the game, so I'll upgrade this one. And that'll be great. That'll be 2 factories producing combat units, which is fantastic. And if we want to get some AA, it's probably a good idea too. So this guy is tank support units, and then this guy is just direct fire. And let's make sure they're going to the right place. Both of them should be going here. And honestly, where are idle engineers? These guys, we really don't need this power anymore, so I'm just going to reclaim it, make some room for other stuff that we so choose. And we are actually stalling on energy now, which is interesting. So I'm going to build a radar here so that we can actually see what's shooting us, and then those guys will probably just die, but whatever. And let's see, our commander, now that he's done, I'll probably have him go to RAS next. And these guys, I'm actually going to help. Instead of assisting the factory, I'm going to assist the commander. And let's do, takes 178 mass and 6200 power. I think we might stall a little bit. Yeah, it might be a little bit too early for RAS, but we have our first power generator done. That's great. Let's build another one over here. I don't know why I'm ringing the Tech 3 factory. You should be ringing your air factories. Or I say ringing, but this is kind of the style you want to build your air grid in, except this would be an air factory, not a land factory. But hey, we have a Tech 3 air factory as well. That's cool. Let's build some scouts and have them just go see what's up. And that is a lot of units. That is a little bit scary, but I think fortunately we have some Tech 3 units close by, which is great. This engineer, let's go help this thing upgrade. And we are hurting on mass a little bit, but we should that should be short-lived because we're almost done with advanced resource allocation. This guy, again, still just producing engineers basically the whole game. These guys, we really don't have the eco to help this one upgrade anymore, so these guys are just going to go on a suicide mission. And our commander, I mean, we really don't have too much spare eco with our commander either. Guess we could start work on advanced RAS, and we'll just be negative for a little bit. But let us, once my scout planes are done, which they should be shortly, we're going to go scout the base. So I'm going to select these guys, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press Control Z. Now they're all going to different spots, which is pretty cool. Looks like there's a Monkey Lord being made, which isn't great. But we do have some harbs on the field. Ooh, there's a Monkey Lord right there, actually, so that's scary. What does our opponent have? A Megalith, too. Yeah, so we're a little bit behind, I think. Actually, I don't know about behind, but it's not going to be an easy win. I'll say that. Not yet, at least. But let's go. I mean, we have a bunch of harbs on the field, so I think there's a bunch of point defense right here. I don't think there's any point defense this way. So let's just send those guys over there. Hey, we finished our advanced resource allocation system, which is great. Let's see, engineers. So we just need to keep upgrading our economy while trying to build some experimentals. It might be a little bit early to build these, but we gotta try at least. I think we gotta try to start building them. And these guys, we have a friendly Monkey Lord right here, which is nice. Monkey Lord is the cheapest experimental, so it's pretty common to see these on the field early. It's scary if you can get the drop on your opponent, but I think we're safe because there was one right about here, but it's got to go a long way to get to our base, so I think we're safe. These guys, let's build. I think we do need a nuke defense, so let's build that maybe over here, and maybe these guys can start on shielding, and I don't know, maybe make another power. You probably want to make a grid out of this. I'm not doing that great, but honestly, I don't see that the enemy has that many ASFs, so I'm just going to start building gunships. But we don't have the economy for everything, so actually maybe not on the gunships. But all of these units down here, the engineers, can still go reclaim stuff. And oh, these guys are just sitting. We got to keep these guys moving for sure. Let's keep it going, Busters. Let's go. I mean, they really don't have much. Let's just go right here. Oh, they do have a couple turrets right there, so I think it'll still be a win to sneak in here and destroy these couple mass extractors. And as for the other harbingers, let's go down this way. Again, let's try to avoid this row of point defense, but this is tactical missile defense, flak, like that's nothing too crazy down there. Here's a point defense right here, but it might be worth it because there's a lot of mass right there. More idle engineers. Again, I'm just going to double left click them, and let's see, is this upgraded? It is not, so let's have them assist this really quick, and then oh, I accidentally upgraded these to Tech 3. No wonder we were so low on on mass. I meant to upgrade these to Tech 2. But yeah, because generally you want to upgrade to Tech 2 and then ring them. And whoops, I guess. But we're about almost halfway done with our GC, which is great. Let's see, how are we doing? Oh, those guys died up here. Oh well. That is a lot of stuff, but it's mostly Tech 1 AA. And thank gosh we have our mobile missile anti-air in here. Otherwise, those Tech 3 gunships would have been scary. I don't think we need to take needless fire from that Tech 2 thing. Unfortunately, we just did. But we can probably sneak down here. Or maybe we rendezvous a little bit. Why don't a couple of you guys help build some of this stuff? Or you know what, might be a better idea to just go reclaim over there. But let's see, harbingers. I mean, that's a lot of anti-air. I don't see any direct fire in here, so these harbingers should mop that up pretty quickly. More idle engineers. Let's go assist this, I guess. This thing is almost done. That's fantastic. And yeah, guys, this is basically the flow of the game. If we wanted to, we could make some artillery. But again, I think I'd rather put my resources into Galactic Colossuses. And now that we have the mass for it, let's make these. How about one gunship and then one scout, just to keep our scouting up. And I can't believe we stole this little mass extractor right there. That is hilarious. Let's put a little... I don't know if this radar is going to do too much. But, oh shoot. A nuke from our ally up here. So he already sent a nuke off, which is scary because we don't even have our nuke defense finished. And if that was the enemy team sending a nuke our way, that's bad news. So let's have our engineers assist that really quick. And I must be going crazy because I don't see the GC. That oh, I do. Oh my gosh. I must have actually sent it off. So our GC's done. That's great. Let's just have all our land units kind of rendezvous with the GC and then do a combined push. Combined pushes are always better than just sending your GC in alone. And you know what? I'm pretty scared for this commander's life. So let us just build a shield generator, a couple more powers, and then another GC. I want to spam up one of these missiles, so let us do that. And these guys need to upgrade. We can start one upgrading. And maybe, I don't know if all you guys need to help. Let's go have a couple of you guys help out. This like that. And honestly, guys, I think I missed the nuke. Wasn't looking at the nuke, but did it connect? Yeah, it connected. So I think this game is gonna be fairly hard for the AI to come back from at this point. But wow, that is a monkey lord right there. Want to reclaim that for sure, and that'll help us upgrade our mass extractors, which in turn we can put into experimental production. And I think this game it'll be hard for the AI to come back from. I'll say that. So our Tech 1 interceptors aren't really anything other than cannon fodder at this point, so I'm just going to put them right in front of our factory that is on reclaim missions. And let's do reclaim mission like right here. Again, I know it's in the enemy base, but if they get anything, it'll be a win. So now that our forces are rendezvoused, GC is here, we just need to move forward, really. I mean, we can stomp through all this stuff. The Spider Lord's trying to do it on his own, and he will welcome the support. And with the GC, biggest thing with experimentals is you just want to make sure they have anti-air cover, which I actually should be doing better of. And with this guy, I'm actually just going to produce anti-air units because the GC will be the main kind of party. I'll produce a couple harbs too, maybe some spider bots, but the GC is really going to be the one that does it all. And you just want to make sure he's always in range of stuff. So that's a lot of point defense right here, which would potentially, I don't know about shred our units, but man, that is a lot of units. So you just want to make sure your GC is in range of stuff at all time. Just keep it moving. I remember when I was first learning, I got a GC to the front lines and I stopped him like directly outside the base and I forgot about him. So I stopped him outside the base, forgot about him, and then he just got whittled down, and it was really dumb. So I'm going to select everything, deselect the GC, have them kind of move up, just make sure they're in range as well. GC is going to be on the front. This is from our ally. That's a UEF defense satellite. Super annoying to play against, but very nice when it's on your team. So do I have any fighters? I do have some gunships. I don't know how much they'll do though. Might be able to help out a little bit, but that's a big oopsie on my part. Let's send these guys in to make sure they can do at least a little something before they all die. Because yeah, those guys are going to die to the gunships. But GC, I mean, this guy's base is pretty much dead at this point. Let's just get the HQ. Make sure you get the HQ, because they'll have to rebuild the HQ in order to make Tech 3 units. Then we'll get the Tech 3 mass extractors, and then maybe a power. And he's gonna die, but that's okay. I mean, we took out pretty much the whole base. Next time we'll go in with some more AA support. I think that's what we need desperately now. We don't need land units as much as we need AA, but I mean, this player is pretty much eliminated from the game at this point. Took out all of his mass extractors. I mean, it's going to be hard for this guy to come back from where he's at. But they do have a bunch of air superiority fighters, so honestly, I might get into taking up. And if you get to this point, actually, I want to pause really quick. This can happen at any part of the game, the overflowing on mass, but especially in the late game, the easiest way to solve this and to spend these resources, you're just going to go to the Tech 3 land factory, and all you're going to do is just build some build power. And that's all you need. We're going to overflow a little bit, but that's fine. It'll go to our allies, which I'm sure they'll welcome. But if you're overflowing on mass, build some of the highest tech engineers you have, and they will help you actually spend that mass. All you're going to do is just tell them to assist the commander, or tell them to assist whoever's doing something important. But maybe at this point too, instead of Tech 3 engineers, we can build a quantum gateway, which it must be blind portal. Quantum gateway, there it is. Okay, yeah, so I just blind there for a second, but if you're overflowing on mass, build Tech 3 engineers, help them build stuff, and that's really all you need to do. And is our GC still alive? No, he's not, but again, we got all the economy things, we got the HQ, and another big one to look for is the strategic missile defense. I think this was it right here, and another nuke is out from our ally. And yeah, guys, it's going to be really hard for the other team to come back from this. I don't think it's going to happen. Another GC done. At this point, we're just going to spam out GCs. And again, now that we have enough build power on the field, we shouldn't be overflowing for too long. But that is that's pretty much it, guys. Of course, we're going to see this one through to the end and actually, beat the AI until they surrender. But I really don't think they're going to come back from this, so it is just a matter of time at this point. And we're starting to make AA, and I think as long as we're making the AA, I'm really not too worried about the gunships. So with our air factory over here, I think do we still have them producing gunships? Yeah, we do. So only 2 gunships so far. Let's go scout with our little scout planes, and I'm not going to do a split kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 order, because I want them to actually survive and get to the base. So let's just go see what our opponent is cooking. And all these guys, lots of idle engineers. Let's go have them assist this guy, or honestly, we could have them assist the quantum gateway. And here, with quantum gateways, it's building support commanders. This is how you scale the economy in the late game. You just build a bunch of the RAS preset support ACUs, SAUs, ACUs, and if you want, you can have all your guys help out. Or actually, a better thing to do might be, I'll grab a couple of these engineers and build the super duper late game templates, which I don't know if it will automatically do it, but you basically surround them with mass fabricators, for which I have a template. And I don't have a video on templates yet, but it's on the docket. I plan to make one. And this is how you do it in the super duper late game. And I found a couple mass extractors we forgot to ring right there, but since I already have the T3 engineers queued, I'm just going to go ahead and have them do this all over the map. Something like this, and then maybe with a couple of these random guys, we can just go ring it like normal. And someone died. Someone got gunship rushed. So yeah, again, really not worried about air anymore at this point. So I think we can pretty much just stomp in, and this is the last bastion of hope. You know what I'm gonna do is, since they might move at different speeds, I'm gonna select my army and deselect the experimental, and I'm just gonna have my land units assist the experimental. That way they won't run ahead and they'll stay with the experimental the whole time. And again, I'm just gonna have this guy basically just keep moving forward and make sure he doesn't stop out of the way. And we still have a lot of idle engineers. Let's see, what are they doing? I guess we can just go help with the production of GCs. Another one done. So now at this point, guys, I mean, we're just spamming out experimentals. We're having fun. This guy, support ACUs, if we go to the economy resource, you can see they help produce both mass and power. So just a good way, again, late game to scale resources. This guy, just so I can show you, let us pump out an air grid. So it'll look something like this. Basically just want to spam up power alongside air factories. And if you're the air player, you'd want to go until you have like 20 air factories. But obviously, at this point in the game, not very necessary. We're not even the air player. These guys, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe the assist thing is a little bit too wonky to be reliable. So let's just tell them to at least go close to the GC. Because they still do have a bunch of air over here, which could be worrisome. But again, let's see, idle factory. What do we want with this guy? I mean, we still have a lot of extra mass going on, so let's build a couple more T3 engineers and another SACU. If we wanted, we could build artillery. I'll show you guys how to do it, just because I think this game is pretty much won. You just find a place that's empty, and if you surround it with power generators, it fires faster. So we're going to surround it with power generators, and then surround it with heavy shields. And I don't know, some people say that you shouldn't surround it with the power generators because if you blow up one power generator, everything explodes. But I figure if they're able to destroy the power generator, you're probably screwed anyway. So I like the firing fasterness of them. And guys, let's keep it moving. And this guy, I mean, there's nothing that's going to be able to stop this guy. Except for these gunships, which I wish we were... he's taking needless damage, which is annoying. Do we have any fighters? We don't have any fighters, so that's a bummer. But I mean, again, I don't like. There's not much. Come on, AA, get in there. That's a blunder on my part. I should have had the units closer, but I mean. In the air player, you just want to start a chain reaction. So let's blow up one of these. Then maybe we can blow up another one. And then once the air player's grid starts going, it usually goes pretty quickly. Let's blow up another one of these. Let's blow up this factory or this power generator here. And then if he has too little power, the shield should start falling off as well. Oh darn, my land units actually died. But I mean, again, this is, oh, there's the HQ. Let's get the HQ. Let's search for any strategic missile defense, of which I don't see any. But I will admit that I have been known to be blind sometimes. But now, I mean, this player is like basically out of the game as well. So that is pretty much it. Oh, thanks for your help, Green. Could you have come in any sooner? I guess there's a bunch of AA around here. But yeah, guys, I mean, they're pretty much dead. We just need at this point. We need to scout for the commanders. And that's pretty much it, guys. So I really hope you learned a lot from this one. What all did we go over? I mean, we went over a lot. We went over early game, we went over mid game, we went over late game management. I mean, that's a pretty comprehensive video, a couple of videos here. If you guys can do this, you'll be absolutely fine to play online. Again, it says I'm 800 elo, but I think I just don't play enough games. I don't think that's accurate. I don't know. You guys tell me what elo you think I should be, especially some of you better rated players watching this. I'd be curious to know what elo I'm actually at, but maybe I should just play more games. But yeah, guys, there you have it. That's how to beat the Extreme AI. If you guys want to see one on like a 1v1 or something, I could do that as well. But I think 4v4s, again, if you're able to do this, you should be able to have a lot of fun on this game. And I think that's... I really just want to kill the commander. Not quite sure where he is. But let's get our own gunships in here now. And I know we have a bunch of idle stuff, but at this point, I mean, not much we need to do. We got some artillery. We started making the air grid. I showed you guys how to do the like build power trick in case you're overflowing on resources. I showed you guys the hard tech switch. What else did we go over on this one? Trying to think while we just trying to think out loud as we find the commander. I wondering if because sometimes when I record, I'll set the victory condition to sandbox. Where was he? Oh, he was down here. I must have just been looking past him, but is that game? No? Purple commander must be somewhere. Sometimes when I record, I'll put the victory condition to sandbox, but there it is. So that's game, guys. Really hope you enjoyed this one. Let's take a quick look at the score to see how well I did compared to them. And interestingly enough, I was low on mass that whole game, essentially. And I think that's just because I didn't have the best map control. Maybe I forgot to upgrade a couple things. But in the end, we definitely picked it up there. Hopefully I didn't just get carried. I don't think I got carried. But regardless, if you put the skills I showed you in this video to use, you should have a lot of fun on online. But again, just practice against the AI. Do what I just did here. If you get overwhelmed, start to panic, pause. Ask yourself the questions I was asking you. What are the win conditions? How can I get there? Is there anything I need to spend resources on right now? Focus on hard tech switches, and you guys should be absolutely golden. But if you have any questions on this, ask me in the comments down below or my noob-friendly Discord. I have some 2,000 plus rated players in there that are happy to offer coaching. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next one. And real quick, guys, just to find the AI I was playing with, all you have to do is go to FAF, just the homepage right here, head up to mods, and then M28 is the name of the AI I was playing with. And all you have to do is hit the install button, and then when you go to make a game over here in custom games, you just have to enable it by going to this sim thing, simulation, and then just make sure it's selected like this, and you should be good to go. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.